such a beautiful place. This is a perfect place for this episode. Stay tuned, because in this episode of Tiny Wonderland, we get personal. Not something we do very often, but we're going to get there today. It's all next. We're going in a hole. Hang on.
Okay.
That's okay. We're in a hole. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. That was a lot quicker than I thought it was. We are cooking up some bird's eye. Looks pretty good so far. Should be a few minutes before this is really good. We can't go with chains. We gotta just drag her up the hill. We'll worry about chains later. We call this a CTC, which stands for cargo trailer conversion, or cargo trailer camper, or cargo trailer crap, whatever you want to call it. It has all kinds of names. In case you're wondering what 4-week-old poop looks like after it's been chemically treated, and there's your answer. A mom to 17 children, I would have thought you might have had like 30 of those cards.
Oh, this is just for 2 days?
Hello everyone, and welcome to this very special personal episode of Tiny Wonderland. My name is Jay. I'm your host. Excuse me. Hold on. I just got done having a delicious meal of Arby's. I will tell you that the Arby's in Cedar City, Utah sucks for customer service. I waited 25 minutes for my meal, and it was warm to say the least, but the French onion dip is a good meal. Comes with an orange shake, then of course the root beer and the fries. The reason why I decided, and it was very actually spontaneously decided to do this episode here, was because during the Tiny Wonderland Chronicles, this place looked very, very different. We are about 7 miles outside of Cedar City, and me and Heather used to come here when we were building the Tiny Wonderland. And it's an absolutely beautiful place, but it doesn't look anything like it did in the Chronicles. So go back in the videos and the photos of that, and you'll see that this, before the first Forest Service dynamited the river upriver and washed it away, this used to be an incredible swimming hole. Now it's just kind of a babbling brook by the highway. So this episode is going to cover a few things. We'll talk about the onset of COVID. I am finally vaccinated. I've got my first vaccine. And I will be getting my second one in Phoenix. Past couple years, I saw a lot of changes in my life. I said goodbye to Charlie, someone I loved very much. She was incredible, but we had an abusive relationship on both sides. And unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be for us. I just emailed her actually recently with a song that I heard on the radio a couple months ago called "Never Had a Dream Come True" by S Club 7, and you'll have to listen to that song. Anyway, she did email me back and said that she felt appreciated. And Charlie, if you ever see this, just know that I will always love you, I will always care for you, and I will always wonder what our future would have been like had we gone down a different path. But excuse me. But so I put that to bed, so to speak. Charlie will remain in the back of my head for a very long time. You guys may not see it when I'm fixing toilets or putting down floors or messing with trailer jacks, but I'm a very emotional and loving person. And sometimes it's hard to let go. But I think Charlie's moved on, and I have to do the same, and I have to hope that the Lord will be with her and keep her strong and strengthened. Also this year, Heather, my road trip buddy, said goodbye to me as well. she said that she couldn't be in my life anymore because I wasn't loving enough, and I had problems from the past that I needed to heal from, which I refused to do so. Now, Heather, if you ever watch this, you are partially right, and I'm sorry for all the wrong that I did to you. I thank you for being my road trip buddy in 2008, and then in 2020 we had our reunion. And I truly hope that maybe that last part in your email about looking me up someday to see that and knowing what you would find, I hope that you might change your mind about that. But if you don't, I wish you luck in Florida, and Godspeed to you as well. And I got to put that to bed too, guys, and put that in the Lord's hands, and I just got to kind of put that to rest. Me and Lindsay, my ex of 7 years, we're doing really good. I'm going to see her in just about a couple weeks now. I'm going to be seeing Lindsay, and I can't wait to see her. I'm going to be with her for a week. Be able to visit Peter and her, and go out to eat, and then head over to Texas to see Dean. Also this year, guys, in the last couple of years, a few things changed. I used to be a movie director, an independent movie director. I have some things under my name, probably most you've never heard of, but that didn't stop me from making art. I loved my Phoenix and my LA movie crews, and I wish them all the best as we get the industry back up again. I also was a tech. I did that for 19 years as a technician, IT, network administrator, network engineer, you name it, I've done it. Everything from POS systems to gas pumps. Peter knows all about that. All the way down to servers and relocation systems and security audits. I still am very good at it. I wouldn't be surprised if someone asked me some computer stuff someday now, but it's not something I'm in love with. And in March of 2020, my tech company shut their doors because clients no longer wanted to sign the paperwork. Because they were afraid they're going to get COVID from a pen or something. Go sheeple on that one. But anyway, then we had to shut Real Z down because we couldn't have 50 people in a parking lot when COVID was running rampant doing a movie. We did eventually reopen our Cancun studios, and we lost 11 people to COVID down in Mexico, and we all hope they rest in peace, and our prayers are with their families. And now, if you want to be a part of Real Z, you have to be vaccinated. That's a mandate that we put down after many, many months of investigation. And I don't know if I'll return to Real Z. And if you guys are wondering what I do for money, that's the next subject. There's a theater out there called AMC Theaters, multi-billion-dollar company. And in the pandemic, the hedge funds in the stock market saw fit to try to run it out of business. They did the same thing with GameStop, but they failed in January when people squeezed GameStop. I was involved in the GameStop squeeze. I put $5,000 of my money online, and then I basically rode it from the top to the bottom and lost it overnight. But I waited a month and a half and was able to get out with my money and some profit. I wouldn't say I'm an expert at stock, but Anthony Garafola, who's a great friend of mine in Phoenix, is a whiz at stock. I've also taken several stock courses, several trader certification courses. And in May, we started hearing the rumblings of AMC being the next squeeze. Now, I got lucky, guys, really lucky. And I invested heavily to the tune of about $3,500. Money I really didn't even have because COVID, my savings have been dried up because of COVID and being out of work so long. And I turned that $3,500 into $2.5 million. And I'm heavily invested in AMC. I currently have 50,000 shares in AMC. I sold all my options because it was going back down. And I've invested in a few startups that will hopefully take off someday as well. I have about 2.5 million shares in a couple startups. So whether or not I return to the workforce will, I guess, just depend on necessity. I live a very basic life in the tiny home. I want to do some government contracts I've been trying to do for 3 years now, but COVID put those back too. And travel and see the world and just see beautiful places like this. This summer was absolutely a mandate. I had to come here. I had to return to Cedar. Didn't have to be Cedar, but I had to renovate the tiny home. Initially, we thought I was going to buy a shuttle bus, but then there was just so much stress trying to find a shuttle bus, and everyone and their uncle was marking vehicles up. So anyone who bought a shuttle bus this year paid like $5,000 more than they should have. But I did secure a bus for a good price and is waiting for me in Vegas, and I will be bringing it to Cedar City next spring. And I will be working on the farm that Lynn was gracious enough to let me stay at, and he is already ready for me. And as soon as the snow breaks here, I will be back to the farm to complete the next Tiny Wanderer. If any of you are in the market for a tiny home or a partially finished shell of a trailer that's turned into a tiny home, I will be selling that. My starting price is $5,000, and you will get electrical, plumbing, propane, walls, and interior furnishing. So like carpet and vinyl and trimmings. I don't know if you get light switches and all that. I did a video up in the forest about that, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, guys, so it's really just about the beauty of the world, what we choose to do and who we choose to love. Lindsay, if you ever see this, I have a very special love for you. Heather, if you ever see this, I have a very special love for you, and I'm sorry we had to say goodbye, but I know that you will find someone amazing who, like you said in the email, can treat you just the way you feel is the right way to be treated. Now, I'm not saying I treated you badly or I didn't, because I'm not an abusive guy, guys, but I have my problems like everyone else. Charlie, if you see this, you will always be very special love to me. When I first made my money, the very first thing I thought about was coming out to California and setting you and the kids up in a house, and you know, and just making sure you didn't ever have to work again. Because I know as a single mom, you struggled all your life. And I know the things in Florida that happened weren't fair to you either. I know I was involved in some of that. I know I wasn't involved in some of that. But needless to say, think about it, guys. Imagine having all that money and the very first thing you think about is someone else. I guess if that's not love, I don't know what truly is. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up and go finish my food because the bugs are after it. I'll leave you guys with this waterfall. This has been a very personal episode. Please keep your comments appropriate if you decide to make any. And guys, the post office is crazy. I put a note on my welder's door this morning saying, drop my package on his door. You know what they did? You guessed it. They refused to deliver it. So the glasses will be here tomorrow. So the next video you'll see will probably be a sunglasses video. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you with this beautiful view of this river. Be good to each other. And if you have someone who loves you, really, truly loves you, hold on to them, guys. To anything, thick and thin. Love is the most powerful thing we have in this world, guys. Respect it. Cherish it. And always, always, always be there for the one you love. For me, I walk this earth alone with sadness in my heart, but the Lord is always with me. With that, I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much for listening. God bless, and I'll see you next time on Tiny Wonderland.